Yeah,
you.
so we have like we have a couple of minutes to try going live. Reach more people.
And
Go
we
live
already have attendees.
anyway. Yeah. Okay, hopefully Facebook Live will work.
It's live on Facebook. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, it is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Cool.
Okay. Nice.
Hey everyone. I see some familiar names. Happy to see you.
Oh, they're coming in, is it? Or area
Yes.
18? Oh, cool. Yeah, we can't see them though, right?
No, we can't
No.
see them.
But they can see us, they can hear us. They can see us, they can hear us.
They can
Oh
hear
my
us.
God. Oh my God, I better behave.
Okay, we're gonna wait a couple of minutes as more people join us.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that's
Right.
cool. Okay, I'm so happy to see that the live stream is working. Good afternoon. I hope everyone's had lunch. Yandu, what do you have for lunch?
Oh, I had leftover pizza from last night.
Did you order the pizza or?
Yes, we did.
Yeah?
We had pizza for yesterday. So that was good with some
Nice.
salads and everything. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Pimped it up
Yeah.
with some side salad.
Yeah, we mixed it up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Oh, it's 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
The clock has struck 2. That's right.
So cool. Good afternoon from Cambodia. Wow. Good afternoon.
Right.
Thanks everyone for joining us. Yeah, we'll just wait like another minute or something. Hello from New Zealand. Nice. Cool. Alrighty.
Yeah, you guys did a great job marketing. So yeah.
Yeah, we try. No, it's cool. It's our, our first full-on summit. So I mean, like last week we did the whole one session, one panel session thing, right? And then today we're being very ambitious, but we're trying to do this, a full-on summit back to back, and so we'll just see what happens and who turns up, and what response we get, and then we're super excited because so for the coming weeks we'll actually have more sessions already lined up, but we will announce this officially after this.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Oh wow, Philippines as well is in the house. Very cool. Okay, 2:02. We can just let's just get started, and then whoever arrives will just arrive. So thanks everybody for joining us today. I am Sabrina. I'm the founder or co-founder of Calm Collective, and today we are having our very first virtual summit. It's really heartwarming to see everyone here tune in and show your support for better mental health in Asia. So today we'll be hosting talks on meditation, journaling, managing relationships amidst the lockdown, as well as planning for the future given the situation. And we will be kicking off a fireside chat with Yanlu today, who you see here, either on top or below on one of the sides. So towards the end of the session, we'll also have some time to take your questions. So feel free to share them in the Q&A section below on the bottom of the screen or in the chat section. All right, so a quick introduction to Yanlu, and he can share more in a bit. So Yanlu is a huge advocate for mental health in Singapore, and he does amazing work through organizations that he's founded, such as the WholeTree Foundation and Over the Rainbow for youth mental health. most recently, he's also launched an initiative called United Against COVID-19 to help PMETs and small business owners through mentorship during this time. And there's a lot more. So yeah, Yendu, what else did I miss out? Did I miss out on anything?
Oh, no, not at all.
No?
Hi,
Yeah.
everybody. Yenlu here. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for inviting me here today, Sabrina. This is a great thing that you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, indeed. I think mental wellness is something that's very near and dear to my heart, to our hearts. With our family foundation, the WholeTree Foundation, we do a lot of work in this space. And I've also so about 10 years ago, I guess I started on the path of social entrepreneurship, social change maker, and then now with United Against COVID-19, which is an initiative out of Asia Institute of Mentoring. That's my latest nonprofit, which is my fifth one.
That's your fifth? Okay.
Yeah, fifth nonprofit social
that.
venture.
Okay.
Yeah, over the past 9 years already. So that's about mentoring as well. So anyway, so this is an opportunity really for me anyway. The reason we started this Unico is to bring the community together to support one another, just like what you're doing here with Calm Collective. So I think that's very important, having the community behind us and in front of us, around us, to be able to support, whether through mentorship, whether through empowerment workshops, things like that, coaching, mentoring. Those are things, the human connection. I call them the human connection, which sometimes is even this age of super connectivity, sometimes is still lacking. So I think
definitely,
especially
especially given the whole social isolation and lockdown, right? I think we are turning to other means and forms to be connected more than ever.
I mean, we are super connected, yet we are lonely. Isn't that interesting? So anyway, I know you're not lonely today, the people out there.
No, I'm so happy that everyone's joined us. I'm so happy that you're here to talk to me. I'm like living on my own, so it's great to have people to talk to. But so I mean, I guess one thing on my mind when I reached out to you was, obviously you started, I noticed before that you started Unicove to help out the in transition PMETs and startups. Can you share a bit more about that? And I know that mentoring is one of the key aspects of the initiative. Like how does this help the people that you're helping?
Right. Yeah, we actually, when this whole thing got started, this is back in February when COVID-19 is kind of making its way around the world, remember? Coming out of China and all that. So we started looking at the situation and say, oh my gosh, this is, we started looking at what can we do? So the idea was seeded back in February, and in March, when the whole thing blew over, we became really, really serious. So we really spent, I have a team of volunteers working with me at AIM, so we spend a lot of time planning and executing the idea. The idea is that we want to bring entrepreneurs, business masters, experienced mentors to come together to help this group. This is mostly, I guess, it's a white collar group, the professional people. They are facing a lot of challenges. If you look around, as you know, they're facing a lot of challenges. Health. I mean, this has become from a health crisis into an economic
one
and financial crisis for a lot of people, and now it's becoming a mental health crisis. The mental health crisis, believe it or not, is already a pandemic, or epidemic even before this whole thing happened. Right? Stress, anxiety, has been depression even has
been on the rise.
It's been up and up and up, and a lot around young people as well. And suicide rate has been increasing.
Definitely.
So but this just this just made the whole thing much worse. So I think so we want to bring all that aspects, the mental wellness, a lot of people, because of this as well, But even before this, people are going through a lot of career transitions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And with the gig economy, with the digitization, the globalization, there's a lot of upheaval, a lot of changes. So one of the pillars is about career resilience. One is personal well-being, which is around mental wellness, is a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Career resilience is a second pillar, and third pillar is crisis management, and that's mostly for entrepreneurs and small business owners. So these are the three pillars that we focus on, and those are the groups that we want to help. So there are two aspects. One is we are holding now weekly webinars, master classes, if you will, right? Once a week, Wednesday, 5 to 6. Mm-hmm. We had one last week. We want to have one next Wednesday, which I'm doing on self-care, calm and crisis. Mm-hmm. And then we have one every week after that. So it's really about helping people. And then starting in June, we're gonna launch the mentoring initiative.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can people just sign up for it, or?
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's about, for us, it's about paying it forward. For the mentors as well, we're recruiting. It's about paying it forward, right? It's about creating this human-centered connection, especially at this time where it's so much needed. And it's not like we're gonna solve the world's problems, but again,
not overnight.
Not overnight. But it's about just being there, to help someone, just being there for someone, to help them, kind of walk beside them, to help them along this journey, in the darkest days. So I think it's more about that.
Yeah, that's great. So you mentioned that one of the pillars is regarding personal well-being, and you'll be sharing on self-care as well. I recall during an Over the Rainbow volunteer training session that I attended once, and that's where I met you, that you're sharing like a well-being framework. Maybe could you share more about that, and maybe tell us how we can take care of ourselves during this time?
Absolutely. So we have 5 pillars in our well-being framework. Actually, more than 5, but let me talk about 5 first. We have, and they're all interconnected. They're linked. It's holistic. We believe in holistic well-being, holistic self-care. So it's physical well-being. Everybody knows that pretty well, right? It's exercise. It's getting good sleep.
Sleep is super important. Yeah.
Super important, and most of us don't get enough of it. There's nutrition, very, very important, having a good diet. Exercise, obviously. Some people do meditation, and getting better sunshine, if you can. Nowadays, people don't go out so much, but I think try to get better sunshine, because vitamin D. Yeah. And by the way, it's just very important for fighting off the coronavirus, and also to boost the immune system, having some sunshine. Right, so that's critical. It's critical. Vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin D. Those are the vitamins that we need during this time. Definitely good sleep, eat nutritious food, and exercise. I would say those things. And I meditate as well, so it's one of my routines that I do. Yeah. So that's physical, and then we have, of course, what I call intellectual. So it's about maintaining a sense of curiosity. It's learning, a lifelong learning, new experiences, new, always seeking knowledge. And the third thing, so that's intellectual or mental well-being, and there's emotional well-being. Which is about letting go of negative emotions, toxic emotions.
How do people do that?
Okay. That's a 2-hour. And also cultivating, but the antidote is cultivating positive emotions. Which are emotions like, obviously love, compassion, gratitude, appreciation, generosity, things like joy, like equanimity. And then there's, of course, there's social well-being. So I had 3, right? So social well-being is about, family, friends. We all need
contact with them.
Social support is such a big part of our well-being. And there's a lot of study done around social well-being. People that have, good emotional or social support, whether with partners or friends, they actually live longer and healthier.
Yeah, and it's like that's kind of difficult right now during the lockdown, right? So we'll be talking about that later during one of the sessions.
Yeah,
But,
and then there's the fifth one is what I call the spiritual well-being. Right? And people hear spiritual and they say, "Oh, is that religion?" Of course, religion is part of spirituality, but it's actually more than that. It's about knowing who we are and our place in the universe, and how the fact that we are all, we're not separate. We're all interconnected. We're all part of the same cosmic web of life. That is the universe. That's the universe. We are in, and you know what? This pandemic has really, really called that out in a big way, right? Isn't it? Our well-being are so tied together. Oh my gosh, right? The health and well-being of my neighbor, of my family, of my social sphere, even a stranger, even the health and well-being of someone in China. Will have an impact, right? So that's what we're seeing. So we are all connected. There's there's nothing that can tell us that it's not the case, right? So that's and it's also about finding our meaning and purpose in life. So that's kind of this. I call that the spiritual well-being, the bigger pictures of life, beyond the day-to-day stuff that we do, and ultimately that's the most important for me.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are the 5 pillars.
Yeah.
And to the extent most people have, I think, hopefully practice good physical self-care. The emotional is very important as well. Having positive energy, right? Which will help our physical well-being. Everything's linked.
Everything's linked for sure.
If you're feeling positive, if you're feeling emotional, if we feel love, right? We're gonna have lots of good energy, and we're gonna feel physically vibrant. Right?
Definitely.
And of course having curiosity, having a thirst for truth and for knowledge, that's also can drive right our well-being. So
it sounds like a lot, but no, I totally get you. And in my own journey, I think I've pretty much looked at all the different aspects as well, and I find that hey Lukman, hang on.
He's hiding.
So that was Lukman. He's one of the team members of Account Collective. No, I was just sharing that as you were going down the list of the different aspects of well-being, personally I found that the physical aspect was the easiest to I guess to tackle. Just making sure you're getting some sun, going outside. Sometimes exercise is a bit difficult, especially if you're on your own and it's hard to motivate yourself, but eating right, making sure you don't eat too much like sugar or fats. I found that it helps a lot. And just, I think number one and the easiest one was to get enough sleep. Because, it's okay to stay in bed, and it's sometimes kind of comfy as well. So that was the first for me.
Absolutely. Having a good sleep makes all the difference, doesn't it? Having a good sleep, it really does for me. Let me share a bit of my secret in terms of what I do.
Sure, go ahead.
During this time, what I've been doing.
Do.
Well, so the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I meditate. So I have my own meditation routine that I always start off the day with. That's the first thing that I do. Of course,
how long do you meditate for?
I meditate up to an hour.
Wow. Okay.
It's not necessary for everybody. But it's just a habit that I've developed, and I've been doing this for many years now. And it just clears the way for me for the day. It sets the tone, keeps me centered. Right.
Sure.
And all that. And then the other thing I do, I used to swim, right? That's my, I used to play tennis a lot, but now
you can't. No.
I couldn't. No, I haven't played tennis for a while, but I've been swimming even before. For every day, Now all the pools are closed.
Yes.
So I did, okay. So I don't like to jog. So the thing I do is I skip ropes.
Okay. Yeah, I have one, but I haven't used it. But
yeah, but I'm sure you skip when you're a kid. We did that when we were kids, right?
For
So
sure,
why not?
for sure.
Yeah, so I find that to be a okay. And I miss swimming, but I think it's a good substitute for me anyway. And getting the cardio, getting some sweat out there. I go outside into the where there's some trees and all that.
Yeah, some nature.
A bit of water. Yeah, we can talk about nature a bit. I think that's very important
That's
part about well-being. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But so those are the things I kick off the day with, and then. And then nowadays is the rest of that is like work.
Yeah.
It's amazing what I'm busier than ever. It's amazing. Yeah, and I'm busier when I was in corporate life or when I was in startup.
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah. No, it's
keep me going.
It's good.
Keeps me going.
Yeah, and it's great that I think the work that you're doing is aligned with what you want to do as well, with who you are. So that's great. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Yendu. I think let's transition to some Q&A now. So so I guess.
Are we supposed to check the Q&A?
I am going to check the Q&A, and everyone who's on the call right now or on the Zoom meeting, please feel free to share your Q&A or your questions actually. And there's quite a few. All right, let me ask you a question on their behalf. So Laura has asked, how important do you believe it is to have a mentor in these challenging times and beyond?
Oh, that's a setup.
No, it isn't.
Oh yeah, no, just kidding. No,
no, I don't know who Laura is.
I asked Laura to ask that question. No, just kidding. Of course, it's very important, right? We're into mentoring, so it's of course, mentoring is very important. If you research has shown, in any time, not just during a crisis, all right, at any time. Oh, by the way, crisis. Do you know the Chinese word for crisis? Do you know?
No, I learned Malay actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Chinese word for crisis. Yeah, no worries. Is Wei Ji, is two characters. Wei Ji. It means Wei is danger, and Ji is opportunity.
Oh. Okay.
So in any crisis, there's always a danger, a threat, and there's an opportunity.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's also, of course, true for this crisis as well, right? Probably more than ever, because of the extent and the global nature of this crisis. So so mentoring is, the aim, and that's why we started AIM. I really believe that mentoring is really a key pillar. We want to make it a key pillar in in personal and professional development. Research has shown actually, there's a lot of evidence that shows that anyone who's successful has had a mentor, even more than one. So the data, there's very strong data around this, right? So mentoring is very, very important, and especially during tough times. We all need the I don't know, what do you call them, those candles or the lights, the lighthouses, like we're in the storm, right? Yeah, we need to know where the shore is, so we need those lighthouses to help guide us to shore.
Yeah,
that's what good mentors can provide. Very, very important. Thank you for the question.
Thank you. Yeah, I have we actually have a transformation coach later talking, and he will be, I think, sharing a bit more about this as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have another question from Ali that so he's asking about how during the lockdown we are pressured to take up new hobbies, learn new skills, and make use of the time at home. But on the other hand, there are people who are kind of barely surviving. So people have been experiencing a lot of pressure to and while they're already struggling to cope with their issues. What are your thoughts on this?
Get a mentor.
Yeah,
of course. That's a short answer and a lazy answer to that. No, there are a lot of people struggling. I think most of the people here are the lucky ones. We're the lucky ones, right?
Yeah.
We're the blessed ones to be able to hear, have a computer here. I can, we have high-speed internet connections. Right? This is not what most of the world looks like. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people. I mean, I'm not experiencing myself. I know I read a lot about this as well. You know, there, especially those in the gig economy, those who have to work to make a living, right, to bring bread to the table, and a lot of the work have disappeared because of, so they are really, really suffering. This is where government is stepping in, but at the same time, you know, I mean, I was reading about. I mean, I live in the U.S., right? I'm still, you know, I live in the U.S. for a long time. That you know, up to 40% of the household in the U.S. They live from paycheck to paycheck. Paycheck to paycheck. Yeah. Which means that you don't have. So what happens if you're out of job, right? You can't pay the rent. What happens to your medical bill? You know, you can't bring food to the table. I mean, all of that stuff. There's a lot of people there now facing a lot of challenges, personal challenges, family challenges, domestic violence is up. So I think you know. So but at the same time, we need to do reach out if you need help. I mean, that's one of the reasons we're here for. I mean, you know, of course, I always see. Of course, a lot of, you know, people ask me, oh, is this, one of the things people ask me is, oh, is this a good time to start a company in the depth of a crisis? I say, actually, you know what? Actually, there's no better time to start a company. Actually, a lot of great companies were started out of the depth of a crisis. There were many companies during the internet era, when the internet bubble burst, you know, companies like Amazon, you know, PayPal, right? Those guys, they were started during that time. So you know, so it's actually a good time to. So what I'm saying here is that we have to look at things long term, right? Because a year from now, hopefully, knock on wood, hopefully even sooner, right, we'll be out of this. So the question you have to ask yourself is, where do I want to be when that happens? What can I do now so that you know, I can take advantage, right, of the new normal, right? So the good companies, the companies that are forward-looking are looking at this right now. There are companies that are hiring out there, right? I heard.
Yeah, they are now.
Yeah, they're hiring out there, and I know startups are hiring because they raise money, also because, wow, there's no better time to hire because there's so many talent out there. Right. One founder was asking me, "Oh, should I go out and hire a lot of people?" Yes, if you can, you're the lucky one, right? Yeah, you're the lucky one. So you know, again, there's two sides to this, and you know, again, you know, not to make light of the fact that a lot of people are struggling, and some of us are struggling, but just remember that, you know, this too will end, right? And then where do you want to be? What do you want to be when that happens?
Sounds like it's a good time to reflect for everyone also.
And Mother Earth is actually taking a break.
So, in some ways
it's restoring, isn't it? So we also need to take a break and go inside, go inwards. Some inner work, right?
Well, Yandu, okay, we've kind of reached the end of our session for today, and thank you so much for sharing everything that you've just shared today. And if anyone wants to hear more from Yandu, you can sign up on Facebook at United Against COVID-19. Am I right?
Yes, United Against COVID-19. Yes.
And you can find all the sessions that will be coming up from the organization and from Yandu. And please join in for the next sessions coming up. So we'll have a session on meditation coming up next with Amanda Ling. And that's it. Thank you, everyone.
Can I say one more thing? Remember I talked about there are 6 or 7 pillars of well-being? Okay.
Quick one.
Quick one.
Quick one. Yeah.
So the 6th one is financial well-being, obviously. So you want to know what that is? So do not buy things. Basically, do not buy things that you don't need with money that you don't have to impress people that you don't like. So that's financial well-being.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Live for yourself.
And the environmental well-being is obviously, that's an obvious one. Yeah, we are all interconnected. We're inseparable from our environment, from the well-being of our environment. So anyway, those are the 7 pillars, the complete 7 pillars of well-being.
Yes. Thank you so much, Yandu.
Thank you.
Thank you.